Good morning and welcome to the 2018 Academic Conference of the CyberWeek. We are happy to welcome you here at the stage which scholars, academic scholars from all over the world arrive here to Tel Aviv to talk about academic cyber topics. We just left last year's conference with the feeling that the cyber issue and the cyber topics are going to continue and to evolve. And we saw in the last year that really more initiatives, more budgets, and more research programs were started and initiated. We tried to start with several numbers of topics in the past, which evolved to more and more topics in our research program of our center. We have made kind of a quick research for you in the last few weeks to show which are the new topics that we have found in the last 6 months, which are more probably to be in the publications. And you can see here topics that you could guess, like IoT, like AI, privacy, and other topics. But as we all know, these publications actually represent what was at the research main core about 2 years ago. And we ask ourselves, what are the main topics and what are the most popular topics and in the core these days. And this is something that we are going to share here today and to talk along the sessions and between the sessions and on the breaks. In our center, we define the interdisciplinary aspect as very important, and as you see, we combine here on this stage not only the technical topics, but also other topics. Sometimes we call them the soft topics or other disciplines, but altogether we believe that this is the comprehensive way to look at cyber and to analyze and investigate the topic. When I say we, I mean the ICRC, the Cyber Center here at Tel Aviv University, which actually combines more than 200 researchers in more than 50 programs and research efforts that all together are under this center. And as I said, the interdisciplinary aspect. So if we look a few years ago, in 2014, you can see that more than a half of our topics and our researches were technical, while in 2016 we already had different mixture of topics and more which are really interdisciplinary, more topics that are not only technical emerge as part of our discussion topics. And when we track it as the center management, so of course we try to see how our efforts become conclusions, become publications, and you can see in recent years few examples of publications from the last year or so of topics that were concluded and published, like these two of Neil Gendel and Professor Tromer for our center, and these ones from Professor Afek and Professor Ben Israel. But actually, we are starting to ask ourselves not only about the academic publications, but also how can we affect, as part of our center, how can the research and the conclusions can affect also other things. Like examples of topics that create discussions and later affect policies, affect decisions, and this is only one example, but we try to be part of more involvement and more areas in which the research brings also effects in other aspects. And besides of these things, we also believe in partnerships and collaborations, and our center holds also several programs of collaboration in which our colleagues here from other institutions and academic universities are more than welcome to consider future partnerships and relations with our center. We were here about a year ago with the fourth academic conference that brought 22 speakers in five sessions, and was a very successful one. And we are and after this conference was published effort of 2 years, which was the special issue of cybersecurity as part of the ACM TIST, with many a list of important research topics that were part of lectures that were presented here. We are here in the fifth conference with four sessions today, with the great speakers that you can think of, that are coming to share their thoughts and the conclusions of their main topics today, this morning here with us. You can see the agenda, and my colleagues, Professor Birenak, Professor Luis, Professor Canetti, will help me to chair these four sessions, and I'm sure that we are going to have really an exciting day, and very important, with very important and interesting lectures. I would like to thank Gili Job Heinstein, Revital Yaron, and Karen Bogoch for helping to set and to do all the preparations for this conference to be today. And I wish us a very interesting and important day, and good luck. This is my pleasure to invite here to the stage Professor Ben Israel, who is the head, the leader of the center and of all this CyberWeek. Please, Itzik.
It's for midgets, no? I would like to welcome you to CyberWeek, to Tel Aviv University, and to Israel, some of you. It's the second day of CyberWeek. And after the introduction by Yaniv, I don't have to tell you that the whole idea is about interdisciplinarity. We had, last year, we had 8,000 people in different halls. And it's a conference. I mean, people sitting in rooms and discussing several topics. It's not an exhibition. And this is, I believe that by the end of this week, we will reach something like 10,000 people. Every time there are 6-7 events in parallel, so you have to choose carefully what you like to attend and what not. The whole idea, I mean, also our center is called Interdisciplinary Cyber Research Center, Blavatnik Interdisciplinary Cyber Research Center, by the order of importance of the words. And the whole idea is about interdisciplinarity, because if I may summarize today what it's, next year it will be 30 years since I started dealing with cyber. At that time we didn't call it cyber, I was still in uniform. Cyber technology, I would say, okay. If I may summarize those 30 years in one sentence, it will be something like this, that although cyber problems usually have technological solutions, the problems are never technological, or never purely technological. And if you don't take into account the psychology of individuals, social behavior, legal problems, business considerations, political science calculation, things like this, you don't really understand the problem. And if you don't understand the problem, you don't know what technology to pass you. That's why our center is interdisciplinary, and that's why the whole CyberWeek is a kind of interdisciplinary cyber conference. I don't want to waste your time. Welcome again, and I hope you come again next year. Thank you.
As you know, part of the research center here in the university is involved also with the National Cyber Directorate. So I want to invite to the stage Einan Lichterman, the Manager of R&D and Technologies at the Strategy and Capacity Building Unit in the Israeli National Cyber Directorate. Please, Einan.
Hi and good morning. Yesterday night, I asked myself, what will I tell you? I love Itzik and I know the interdisciplinary, I know the academic, but I back to the basics. And I asked myself, what is cyber? And go to the main way to know things today, the Wikipedia. And first of all, there is no cyber in Wikipedia. There is cybernetic, the whole world. And what is the source of cyber, or cybernetic in Wikipedia? The Greek, it comes from Greek, and the skilled in steering and governing. Okay, not anything we are doing here today. But there is another two things, another one, it's not related, but cybernetic is a transdiscipline study of control and communication. Okay, it's getting better. It's getting more what we are doing here. When you are looking at the agenda, as Yaniv showed, yes, we are talking about interdisciplinarity. We are talking about the whole perspective. But what is really cyber? What we are dealing with cyber? I think the best way I know to tell what is cyber, cyber is the space between people, between machines, and they are connecting through a digital way, a technology way. It's a phrase for cyber. I think it's not a bad one. But the main thing on this phrase is the connecting. Cyber is a new way, it's a new kind of the world. It's looking at the world in the connecting way, how to do it together in a digital way. It's not a new world in the phase that we are changing the world. We are making the world another stage, another room by connecting people and connecting machines. But we are staying here in the agenda of cybersecurity. The security part of the technology or the connection between humans and between machines. There are some rumors, or many people are making noise that AI will kill us all and the machines will get us and we will be dead. A bright man told me a few weeks ago that computers have a purpose. Only people have agenda. I think it's a nice word. Let's take this agenda to make another world, to make the better world here in the academic. Have a nice day.